before.
For Woody and Taylor, let's talk guns. What are your favorite guns to own? Interesting, they left Kyle out. I think he has the most expertise. I know he doesn't have any guns right now, but he's still an expert.
Yeah, I like this. I'd have to open up my safe and get it, but it's a blowback Browning 12 gauge shotgun that like when you shoot it, my grandpa gave it to me. It's very old, or like not very old, probably from the 60s. And when it fires, the barrel itself blows back, and that's when that pops out the shell, and then the barrel sets back forward. And it's semi-automatic, so it's it makes that loud like shink shink shink, and it's satisfying. It's just a novel gun, and so I really like that one.
I
And because
have
my grandpa has some sentimental value.
I have a lever action 22. When I first got into guns, I thought that smaller calibers were stupid. When I first got into guns, people talk about getting 22s online and stuff. I'd be like, that's lame. Like they don't even do anything. I'm sure they would. I don't want to be shot with any gun, but that was the thought process that I had as I bought my first guns. And then I got this lever action 22. Kyle shot it before. Two things. One, it's one of the aims I shoot better. It's one of the guns that I aim better with. Like I tend to hit what I want more often. And two, I really like lever actions. Lever action is faster than I thought it was, and I don't lose the target as much as I thought I would. Me personally, working a bolt action, target acquisition starts almost from scratch, but not so much with the lever action. And yeah, so if I had to pick one right now, I'd pick the Henry 22 lever action. Makes me feel like a cowboy, and it's like bronze and shiny. That's cool. I don't know. I didn't realize that was so fancy.
There's the visual of the one that my grandpa gave me. It's probably a different year or something, but it's a 12 gauge that looks like that, and that barrel blows back. Kyle would know more about blowback shotguns and that mechanism than I would. But yeah, I really like those.
I can see why you like that. That thing's pretty cool.
The barrel moves, doesn't it?
Yeah, the barrel moving is really neat. I like
That's
that. You guys
neat. Was it new when your grandfather gave it to you?
No, he's had it since 1951. So yeah, I guess he's had it from way back then.
For me, that makes it better. Like I like that. I have a couple tools that were my wife's grandfather's, and yeah, I said that right. And I don't know. I just like to think that he'd be happy that I'm there fixing something with his crescent wrench from 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Mossberg makes a tactical lever action rifle that's pretty cool. You can put AR-15 stocks on it, and it's got Picatinny rails and stuff. It's all black. It's pretty neat. And you can get a lot of lever actions in 30-30 is kind of a classic caliber. It's a 30 caliber bullet. 30-30 is a pretty fat round. It's got lower velocity, I would guess around 2,200 feet per second, and it's heavy.
Are there any calibers that are gonna like go away almost? Like there are calibers now where you're like, oh, that's like a cowboy thing. It's hard to find. Is there anything popular now that's kind of fading off?
No, I don't think so. Because they're always making. So the thing is, the caliber of the projectile is often not like a wildcat thing. The wildcat thing will be the brass, and you can make your own brass. There are guys who create their own calibers. Like I've met a couple of those guys who are just like, yeah, I invented a new caliber. It's a 23 caliber B. And it's like, oh, cool. That's a lot of effort you put into something that's.
They make a 22 and a 23.3, but you fit right in the middle.
Yeah. So no, I don't think there's any going away. They're often adding new ones.
What am I thinking of? What is a 5.56? The other one?
223.
2. That's what I called it.
Yeah, 0.223.
Yeah.
But again, it's all about the caliber of the projectile, and you can buy those in packs, and they're interchangeable. Oftentimes, the 30 caliber projectile from one thing will go right into any other brass because they're all 30 caliber.
Yeah, I just wondered, like, I don't want to buy a gun it's on its way out in terms of favorability. Like you should be able to find ammo for it.
The main thing is the cost of the ammo. If you're not going to hand load, is 308, 5.56, 12 gauge, 22 long rifle, 45 ACP, 9mm Parabellum, stuff like that ain't going nowhere. You know, for one thing, they're often used in military and police weapons, so there's going to be massive stores of that stuff just being made, and the infrastructure to make it is always going to be there, and there's just lots of it. It's plentiful, and therefore it's affordable. Whereas if you're shooting like the ammunition that an MP7 shoots, there's not as much of that out there.
4.66. What is it?
Yeah, it's like 4.6 by something. I don't know what the second number in that little equation is anymore. Or even if you're shooting 5.7 by 28 millimeter, that shit's expensive. That shit's expensive. Like the ammo that P90s and 5.7 shoot.
How much
as
is
well
expensive?
You know, I couldn't say offhand, but I would guess
$3, $5, something like that.
No, that's crazy town. See, the thing is about when I say expensive, I mean expensive to shoot, right? So like if you're shooting a 5.7 pistol, that thing holds 20 bullets.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they're $1 a shot, a magazine's $20 fucking. You can spray $20 away in just a moment. Or if you're shooting a P90 with a 50 round magazine, like holy shit, do you want me to hand it back after 10 or what, man? Like this is outrageous. And if you've got a fully automatic one, the rate of fire is crazy. It's just all right. Well, there went $75 fucking. Like I don't feel like I got
seconds or so. Yeah,
I didn't get $75 worth out of that. But if you're shooting like a 338 Lapua sniper rifle that's bolt action and the rounds are $3, $4, $5 a shot, that's spread out over a long period of time. You know, if you shoot $100 worth, yeah, I mean it is $100 worth, but that's a lot of shooting with a bolt action.
That's a good point. A gun that shoots $5 bills can be cheaper than a gun that shoots $1 bills because of the nature of it. You shoot once every couple of minutes, you line it up, you admire how well you did and learn from it, you know.
Yeah, you might be shooting for like 3-shot groups, and that's kind of your whole goal, you know, and you do 3 of those, and it's like, all right, well, that was fun shooting today. But, you know, like the kind of shooting I always liked is where you pop the tailgate down on a pickup truck and you lay out 5 or 8 different guns, and somebody's loading magazines and everybody's shooting and kind of mix and match a bunch of different shit. But yeah, 9mm 45 ACP, 5.56, 308. That stuff's not going anywhere.
22 long. I used to like a gun that made a really loud boom, right? Everyone should know I just shot. Do that 1,000 times, and you'll appreciate a gun that goes click. You know, like a quiet gun. I'm trying to say, not one that didn't work.
You should get yourself a suppressor.
Yeah, to be honest, your experience with the suppressor thing and how they like had accident. No, I don't have any drugs in the house, but like, I'm like, maybe I don't want that. Maybe I don't want to be on the federal registry.
Yeah, you know, there's other ways to handle that. You could deal with a lawyer who handles firearm trusts and talk about that, and I think you'd be in the safe.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't be as vulnerable as I was, and you know, it was my issue was sort of an after the fact kind of thing, because we beat the state of Georgia, and they were like, well, what are we going to do? It was like, well, it was registered for this and that, so technically the feds had the right to go. It was a whole complicated thing, but